Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's stories, again, are from Am I the A? Story 1 is by Lifeguard Grouchy 9856. Am I the A for telling my sister that her feeling sick all the time is because of her breast implants and embarrassing and exposing her because we were in front of family? I'm a 21 female and I have an older sister who's 26, who's sick all the time. She gets a bunch of rashes and is complaining about how she constantly feels like crap. She was also diagnosed with an autoimmune disease about a year ago, Hashimoto's disease, I think, and has ever since been blaming literally every single one of her issues on her autoimmune disease, even if the issue is completely irrelevant. She stubbed her toe? It's because of her disease. She's late to an event? It's because of her disease. She doesn't feel well? It's because of her disease. Doctors told her she's probably had this her entire life. But she also, 5 years ago, got breast implants. And ever since then was when she said she started feeling so sick and horrible all of the time. If y'all don't know, breast implant illness is a real thing. It's very common where women who get breast implants will start feeling sick after getting them. Now, yesterday we had some other family over at our house because they were in town for a bit, and my sister is doing her usual complaining about how horrible she feels all the time and how it's because of her autoimmune disease. I just got fed up with her complaining and told her that her being sick all the time and feeling horrible is because of her breast implants, because she didn't start feeling that way until after she got them. Now, she didn't like that at all and started screaming at me that you don't know what the F you're talking about, you're just trying to make this all about you, and so on. Me and her went back and forth for a minute until our mother stepped into the room and heard what was going on and pulled me into the other room with her and told me I was the A for saying that because you don't know your sister better than she knows herself, and you exposed and embarrassed her in front of family. Family members visiting didn't know she had breast implants. My sister kept it very much on the lowdown to everyone about getting breast implants. So yes, I see how I might have embarrassed her, but truth was gonna come out anyways. I really don't think what I did was wrong at all, because I think it's pretty obvious. This is breast implant illness. So help me out here, Reddit. Am I the A? Yes, you are 100% the A. You actually sound like you might have some jealousy issues in here. I'm not sure why. Your sister seemed to catch on to it pretty quickly, though, that you were trying to make it all about you. She also seems to have a little bit of an issue with making things all about her, but she actually does have an autoimmune disease. She may have this breast implant illness that you're talking about, but what you should have done, if anything, is say, hey, sis, let's go talk privately. You might have this other issue, you should get it looked into because it started happening around the time that you got them. And if she exploded on you then, there's not much you can do there, but you literally brought this out in front of your entire family who did not know that she had breast implants. That's embarrassing. And there is absolutely no reason for you to have said it, unless you're jealous. You don't even know what the disease actually is. You had to put a question mark at the end of it, but suddenly you're the expert? Come on. You're the bad guy here, 100%. In the comments section below by North Shore 21, you're the A. It was completely unnecessary to say. Also, you're not a doctor. Just because you read about breast implant illness doesn't make you one, and it certainly doesn't make you an expert on Hashimoto's. Regardless of why your sister is not feeling well, the lack of empathy you have over her not feeling well is odd. If you're truly concerned about her welfare, then you would encourage her to go see a doctor versus outing her at a family outing. When speaking, ask yourself these 3 questions. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Those 3 questions are something that they started teaching in the school that I was working at shortly before I quit and moved. But is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Answer those questions first. That will help you determine if you are the bad guy or not, in most situations. Our next story is by Didofa Girl. Am I the A for sending a girl home? So, I'm a 38 male, my daughter is 12, and has sleepovers throughout the summer. Honestly, we're kind of that house anyway. I feel like there's always some kids over, even just to hang out during the day. I don't mind. I'm a single dad and my daughter is an only child. So as long as the kids are respectful and their parents are cool with it, I let them raid the fridge and chill. My daughter met a new friend, a neighborhood girl that's the same age as her. We'll call her Monica. Monica's parents are a little stricter, which I respect. My daughter had another sleepover on the 4th. Monica was among the group. I took the girls to watch some fireworks and then took them home, left them to do whatever. Around 9, I heard some bickering and headed into the den where they were. Monica said she wanted to go to bed. The other girls kept saying they weren't tired. They honestly stay up pretty late. Monica said she had a strict bedtime and liked to stick to it. I came up with a compromise that if Monica wanted to go to bed, she could sleep in my daughter's room. The girls usually sleep in the living room, while the rest had fun. Monica was clearly a little disappointed they weren't going to stop the fun for her, but agreed. I went back to what I was doing. A half hour later, I hear Monica storming downstairs and chastising the other girls because they were being too loud. My daughter said it wasn't fair to expect them to censor themselves. I tried to stay out of it, but eventually I went in there to ask to speak to my daughter privately. She said she wanted Monica to go home. I said all right, and made Monica grab her stuff and walked her home. Monica was once again upset. Monica's parents are angry with me. They claim the girls should have just gone to bed early once. My daughter doesn't even go to bed at 9 on school nights, let alone in the summer at a sleepover. I said it wasn't fair to expect the girls to stop their fun or stay quiet. I suggested maybe Monica isn't ready for sleepovers. This didn't help. My daughter does admit that she didn't tell Monica that they usually stay up pretty late, but also said she thought it was common knowledge that sleepovers are like that. So, am I wrong for having Monica leave without trying to problem solve more? No, you should have sent her home. The parents getting mad at you over this? They're the a-holes in this story. If they had a very strict bedtime for Monica to be following, they could have arranged it so Monica comes over, hangs out, goes to the fireworks show, and then when it's her bedtime, she heads home. You walked her home. It's not even far. So she tried to squash these other girls having fun because she has a strict bedtime. That being said, it's really, really good to have a strict bedtime. Strict bedtime, strict wake time, no matter what time of year it is. Most kids, though, during the summertime, have horrible hours and they stay up all night long, especially if there's a big party going on or a sleepover. That's what they do. That's what a sleepover is. You stay up sometimes until 3 a.m. and then you're ready to go the next day somehow, miraculously. It's a really good habit to have a regular sleep time, but if she wanted that and her parents wanted that, they should have talked to you and then you should have sent her home when it was her strict bedtime and they can continue doing what they're doing. It actually sounds like she was mad that they didn't stop playing and go to bed as well. That's childish and a little bit spoiled. In the comments below, Cronklosorda says, they claim the girls should have just gone to bed early once. What a laughable sentence. It's a bunch of 12-year-olds. They can stay up for a darn sleepover. Not the bad guy. I'm not sure what else you could have done other than let the girls bicker all night, ruining everyone's time. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the strictly raised. Another comment by Loverly One. If there's a bigger waste of your time than telling your kids at a sleepover to quiet down and sleep, I haven't encountered it. Underneath that by Defop. Those little monsters will stay up all night and not sleep a wink and still be in better mood than I am at 8 a.m. Underneath that is Dodofa Girl again, the OP of this story. It's truly amazing. My daughter says they fell asleep around 3 a.m. They were up before me the next morning. I rolled out of bed at 9 a.m., making breakfast and goofing around. Then they went to the mall. To be 12, I suppose. We all remember when we were in school and we had this kind of energy. As you get older, you need a lot more sleep, and you feel like garbage if you don't get enough sleep. Kids, though, they're ready to go. They've got energy in droves for some reason. Our stories for today have come to a close. If you enjoy this content, please click like or subscribe or leave a comment below. Each of these things costs nothing and helps my channel reach more people in the YouTube algorithm. Until we meet again, have an ultimate day.